Hello, everybody, and we're back for part two of our interview with Ronny Munroe. How you doing, brother?
I'm hanging in there, man. Doing great, actually.
Yeah, we're post show. Only about about 38 hours ago, you were on stage. How did it
Yeah.
feel?
It felt great.
Yeah.
We had a goal
Mhm.
and we accomplished it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm feeling really good. The guys in the band are awesome.
Mhm.
I couldn't have asked for more.
Yeah.
The Top Fuel Saloon, Freak, and Rebel Radio, Mega Mo coming out, and Scott Davidson and his girl, and just everybody there at the place was very cool, man. It felt like home, to be honest. So I thought the best place ever to start, with the first show.
Oh yeah, it had some great vibes in there. I'm telling you, and it built up for a great show.
The two bands that opened, Wolf Dozer and Convoy, kicked butt too, and all in all, it was a really good night.
I really enjoyed Convoy too. As a matter of fact, the CD they gave me, I've had it listening to it on
Nice.
the air.
Nice.
So we really didn't get to talk too much about your solo albums, your 3 solo albums. And,
Okay, yeah.
So what was your creative? Let me ask you this: what did your solo career allow you to do that you couldn't quite do within the confines of the other bands?
Well, bring in outside writers and myself for writing purposes, because in Metal Church, of course, that's Vanderhoof's band, and he's always written all the music, and I'm sure always will. So yeah, that gave me that creative outlet. Also, to be able to bring in friends that I'd met along the way, and stuff like that actually kind of volunteered. Say, hey, if you ever do something solo or whatever, hey, I'll play a solo, or I'd like to be involved. And so I've been very lucky that way. And I believe The Fire Within was my first one that came out in 2009, I think. And then I did Lords of the Edge after that. And then Electric Wake. And each one of them progressively got a little better. And, things went down in the past, things I've had. So Electric Wake really did not get any push at all that it should have. But hey, that's all right.
Yeah.
It is what it is. But all 3 of those solo records are back up on digital platforms everywhere. So you can go to my Facebook or RonnyMunroe.com or whatever to go to listen and download and all that. And I hope people will, because there's some really good material in there. And I now am working on the stuff that you'll probably ask me about next.
Yeah. Well, one last step before that. So if we talk about the 3 albums and the process, you say you got better. Has your writing changed from that first album and third album? Was there any evolution there at all, or pretty much?
I'd like to think there is. As a writer, I mean, you always want to get better, and also with a pile of shit storms in life, the past years and all that, I always draw from that too.
Beautiful. So
it's good therapy.
Recent release, just listen to it. The Livesay, great stuff.
Thank you, man. Yeah, that's I'm pretty excited about that.
Who are your co-bandmates on
Well,
that?
first on guitar, it's his band and whatnot. It's Greg Livesay, phenomenal player, man. Very melodic. He can shred with the best and all that, but he's just got that melodic side to him that I really like. And we got Bobby the Mauler Masadi on the drums. Mark, I call him the professor, but Mark Edward Ethier on keyboards. We got Rob Espinosa on the bass. So those are the band members. And now they were already a band. Greg and I had threatened for a long time to do something together. And something, he finally called me and he said, hey, what do you think, man? And, let me sit and do a couple songs. And I went, yeah, sure. And the first one was Unknown Soldier. That was the first one I wrote to. So I wrote that, demoed it, sent it over to him, and he liked it. So we went with the next one. And next thing you know, then we're ending up in the studio. Then we went and shot the videos, of course. And man, Unknown Soldier, our first release, I don't know where it's at now, like 1,060,000 views or something like that, which totally, we were really excited. And no bots included, whatever those are, the people. It's like, no, it's not bought and paid for. Those were organic. So, which makes us even smile even bigger. Take It to the Grave came out next, of course, and that did the same. And when I get back at the end of this month, we're shooting another video for the song Darkest Hour with a Dracula kind of vibe to it. So I'm really stoked about that too.
Sounds like great stuff. What, speaking of
progressive metal,
Yeah.
Progressive hard rock is basically with the genre that we're within, and
Sounds like great stuff.
It really is.
when you conspired or collaborated, I should say, with Cave, what was that like? And did that happen here, or did you go to
No,
Germany? Or
I did.
yeah.
I did. Cave, all the guys were basically, I'll just say, out of Stuttgart.
Okay.
And they had approached me because I knew the bass player from when I was in Metal Church, Roberto Palacios, great guy. And he contacted me and said, hey, Ronnie, we're doing this thing. Would you want to talk to Chris, our guitar player? And I'm like, yeah, sure. So they sent me the material, and it was another one of those things where I was just like, fuck, these guys are really good. So I started writing, and, you know, at first it was a paid gig, like normally it is, you know, and then if I really like it, of course, well then, you know, so I said, yeah, all right, I'll fly out and do this, you know, and, you know, do the tracks in your studio, which he has a very nice studio, and the whipping chamber, as he calls it, the vocal booth. Those guys are all great too, like family and all that. But what happened with that is it just became too many trips to Germany. Financially was not making sense at all, to be honest. But the music we created was, I thought, pretty good, man. And I wrote a lot of the lyrics for the second release, which is out now, I believe. So check out Cave too. They got Tommy Lash singing for him now. Good singer, great singer, and good guy too. And they're all like family. So that was a really good transition. Actually, I'll say the best breakup I've ever had. You know, because usually there's all kinds of negative connotations and all backstabbing, and there was none of that. I mean, these guys are cool. I gave them my lyrics, you know, and they used most of them, but did some rewrites. And that was my way of just saying, guys, here, you know, sorry, but, and they agreed, you know. And so that's what went on with Cave. And now basically I have Cave in Connecticut with Livesay. It's around the same style of music and whatnot. So, you know, I'm excited. I got a lot of really cool things going on right now. So.
It does. I mean, it is pretty exciting. You know, so you mentioned kind of one of the things that led to the thing, you know, being so far away. I wanted to, the question I wanted to ask you was, what has touring in general taught you over the years, other than, you know, what are some of the lessons you've learned that we can talk about?
Well, as a singer, you know, you really, your voice, you are the instrument. So if you get into too much debauchery and whatnot, you're going to pay for it and all that. I've been blessed. I really have, as far as with my voice. I mean, people will tell you, I mean, I can sing just about every night. I mean, it's not going to be as good as like at the beginning, but I still can hit the notes and everything. And well, that was all through my career. And you know, thank him up there, man, because I can still hit the same notes. I might even be going a little higher now. I don't know.
Oh, I heard it that Saturday night.
Balls in a vice. I think I was bored. I came out like that. So.
What do you think, if you had to think of the most requested song your fans want to hear you sing, do you think you could pick one out?
Well, you know, it's Gods of Wrath was, you know, that was my favorite, as I said, actually at the show, which is videotaped for.
And the fans were singing it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I couldn't hear myself for a couple of times, which that's what we want. That was just a great feeling, man. Everybody had fun. I had fun. The band. Yeah, it was a good night, man.
Is there a... and this might be going back to your solo career. Is there a favorite song that you had written of all, you know?
A favorite and like to sing, actually, I put in the set was, you know, Pierced by the Maiden, Untamed, which is actually a B-side from Metal Church that never saw the light of day. And I said, fuck it. I'm going to, pardon my French, but I'm going to play it, you know, because I really dig that one. It's heavy. And so, yeah, I mean, and what else? I'm going to add some stuff too for the next trip over. We're planning on something for June to come back around these certain areas and all that. So we're going to add a couple things, maybe add a song from the Peacemaker record that I did that really didn't get to see much of the light of day because situations back then. So yeah, I've got so much stuff, of course, that it's kind of, I just got to sit down and listen to everything. And also I'll have the guys, you know, listen as well and say, hey guys, which ones do you guys want to play after I pick them? You know, have them involved as well. So
yeah, it's great to hear that process is still evolving. When you're songwriting, do you have something that the lyrics come first, the melodies come first? Is there any rhyme or reason?
No, it's like whatever happens. I mean, sometimes I all of a sudden you know, and I pick up my phone and I hum into it and I send it to Nat,
Yeah.
Sarah Lamba, who's great at that.
Mhm.
He's turning in. We got about 5 or 6 songs already. We've actually have one called Empty Mirrors being worked on right now.
Yeah.
They called me today and said, oh yeah, the bass tracks are done. So that's really cool. That's a great song. And so yeah, I'm just continuing to write and Livesay, of course. We also go in the studio when I get back to sing to do 2 more songs.
Yeah.
And we're actually going to do something really cool. And it was Greg's idea. So I'll give him credit for that one. I wrote a song many, many years ago called Still Alive. My first song I ever wrote, actually, strumming on a broken down acoustic guitar. Yeah. And I gave it to somebody, of course, to make it something real because, you know, I can't play real well. But, and it's a beautiful song, basically. Yeah. And he heard it and he was like, Ronnie, you know, why don't we redo this? And I'm like, dude, that would be awesome. So keyboard player's already worked on. So it's going to be a new version of that. And we're going to shoot a video for that as well. We're hoping in the studio and to get that out. And and then after that, we have a show. Livesay has a show May 8th. And we got some other things coming in. We just got a distribution deal as well. And the album Risen, the EP that is out on our own label, Greg's label, Aurelian Records. So all you do is go to, officiallivsayband.com. I think it is. I hope I'm right about that. But anyway, you go to my sites and everything like that, you'll know, or just go to Livesay, Livesay.
There it is. You know, before Saturday night, when was your last previous live performance?
Texas. Yeah.
What kind of crowd did you have there that night?
Well, we did 3 shows.
Okay.
And considering the nights of the week, I mean, well, we had a Saturday night and we had a Sunday, and I believe it was a Monday. Something like that. From Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah. That's right. Yeah. The crowds were decent. Yeah. You know, they weren't, I mean, thousands by any means, but they were clubs. Yeah. But I was happy. Good. And I think the clubs were as well. They were able to pay. Yeah. And now they made plenty of money there for their drinks and their food, I'm sure. Nice. And whatnot. But yeah, and it was with some friends of mine, some old friends of mine and all that. And that was kind of my testing ground. Yeah. For me, really, to get back out there and see how I handled it and all that kind of stuff. And I was like, all right, man, I want to do this. I'll keep going. Yeah. And then that's where when Joe Lawson called me from my manager, Platinum Dungeon Entertainment, great guy. And he's a stickler too. Yeah. He's really helping me move forward with everything. Yeah. So in my career. And so I'm very appreciative of that as well.
Yeah. Let's talk about Beyond the Wrath now. Let's talk about your bandmates and basically how everybody came together.
All right. Well, first we got Gabriel Anthony on the drums. He's well known in these parts and all that, and a great guy, man. I'm no doubt very happy to have met. I've been staying with him since I've been here, and it's like 2 peas in a pod. Actually, it's kind of scary. Yeah. But
I didn't realize I lived a mile away from him growing up.
But no, good people, man. And again, very talented. And Gabi's going to be around for as long as I can have him. Yes. And we got Kevin Buck on guitar, who is, he helped put the band together. And he's great and great people too. You know, we got Joe Kelligan, Red Joe, we call him. Because we got 2 Joes, and he's got the nice long beard, and that's great guy, man. And he basically knew the songs, I mean, better than anybody else at the beginning. So he's really done his homework. He's singing backups with me, and he's kicking butt at that, you know. And then we've got, come on, Ronnie. Mahalik? Yes, Jason Mahalik. Thank you. Yes. I want to make sure I pronounce his last name right. I did on stage, I think.
Yeah, us Chicago people, we know how to pronounce these Polish names. With that one, you just take out the C.
Yeah, so Jason is great, man. Great guy again. Great player, and I'm blessed to have these guys. You know, and we could, for a first show together. Yeah. We worked well on stage too. Yeah. It was it just all came together. That doesn't happen all the time.
So that intro. Yeah. Is that something you guys created, or was it a take out of something else?
No, also? Actually, one of the guitar players in Texas made that for me.
Okay.
Yeah, and I thought it was pretty cool. This vocals forged in fire and all that.
Everybody, man, shut the fuck fuck up and show them they start. You know?
Well, I guess we accomplished what we set out to do. But I just wanted something, like again, this is like, I don't want to say a comeback, but it kind of is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm coming back out. I had to go through some personal stuff with people, years ago for a long time, and it brought me down. But I'm back. I'm out of the hole, and the sky is the limit. And I promise you this: things have changed in my life too.
Good.
You know what I mean? Just the depression, all that is gone. And certain things that I was doing because of that are gone.
Had it ever endangered your career? You think where you thought about quitting? Let's put it that way. Not endangered, but you ever?
I've taken my posters off the wall a number of times, and I always put them back up because that's just the industry. Yeah, it's a roller coaster, man. Yeah. But I have to always go back to knowing that I'm one of the lucky ones. Yeah. There's thousands of guys that can sing just as good or better than I can. That never got the break that they deserved, and I did. So and that's because of people I know or knew, and that I worked my ass off for it too. So don't ever give up, because dreams do come true. It's a different scenario now. Of course, the music industry is completely different, but you can navigate your way through. You just got to practice all the time, and you've got to have songs. Yeah, that's what people latch on to.
Yeah, and the original stuff is what's gonna, keep it fresh too.
Well, yeah, I mean that's our legacy. When we leave, and if I don't leave $1 million behind, which won't happen, maybe $100. But as long as I've helped somebody or somebody reached out, and I've had that, I've had a few fan letters, not a lot, but a few over the years, and saying, hey, I listened to that song, and your lyrics really helped me, and one person said that I was going to kill myself, and I listened to your lyrics, and I listened to it a few times, and I made me not want to give up. And I was like, I cried, reading that. And I was like, wow, that's powerful. Yeah. Music is powerful.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any other fan interactions that?
I like to speak to everyone. Yeah. When I'm there at the clubs and all that too, I've learned you gotta, not be screaming and whatnot. And you got to watch now. You got to watch shaking hands and things like that. But that's why I always kind of at least want to do the knuckle bump. Yeah. Because if they're coming out, they're paying to see you and all that. And also, it's very important too that you're not all messed up.
Yeah, right.
And drunk and shit. And I've been through those times when I was depressed and whatnot. But see, now it's like a whole different ball game, and it's like a light was shined on me again.
Yeah. Well, it was pretty fun when you came out on a stage, and then you're like, come on up, to bring everybody right up to the stage. And at that moment, I remember that moment. That was, you created that excitement.
Well, thanks, man.
Then you delivered. And, so.
It would suck if I didn't.
Get delivered.
All right, step back.
Yeah, Gabby's drum solo was also.
Off the cuff.
Yeah.
Too. He didn't plan it. He just did what he did. And that's like I said, he's invaluable for me now. Yeah. This is the first time I've met him and stayed with him and stuff, so it's I said.
Yeah, so when we're done here, you're heading back west home?
I leave tomorrow. I go back to Rhode Island. Yeah. So I fly into Boston, and then my buddy's going to pick me up and bring me back to Rhode Island, and then I concentrate on Livesay, because we have our first show on May 8th. And and I think we're going to probably do a show in Rhode Island. It's being talked about, but so everything just keeps going. We built the foundation, like I said, and now we're full steam ahead.
All right. Before we get to all your socials, I like to ask two hypothetical questions. I hesitate to ask somebody like you that has been around, but if there was one venue in the world that you haven't played, whether
the Budokan.
In Japan, huh?
Yes.
Oh, that would be cool. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. I would love to play there. I had an opportunity to go over there, but things didn't work out for me. Yeah. And so that's a place I've not played before. That's on the bucket list. Yeah. Australia and New Zealand as well.
That would be cool.
That would be cool. Well, that's basically what you do if you're going to go on a short tour. You do Australia, New Zealand, and go to Japan. Yeah. So we're working on that. Yeah. We'll see what happens.
I want to go on that trip.
Well, if you can afford it, you can come, man. You can document it, actually. That would be cool.
Oh, that would be very cool. Man, oh, man. Now you got me thinking. So, but if there was any This is a crazy hypothetical
Okay.
question, but if you could trade places with another musician for a whole week and be them on and off stage, or in another case, just nudge somebody out of a band and be the singer for that band for a period of time.
Well, when I was a drummer and all that, that would have been John Bonham.
Okay. Yeah.
Or Neil Peart, of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah.
Singing wise, well, of course, I could never replace anybody that I'm going to name,
Yeah.
but Dio,
Mm-hmm. That would be awesome.
you know, that Ian Gillan
Yeah.
from Deep Purple,
Yeah.
you know, any of those guys,
Yeah.
Rob Halford, Bruce,
Yeah.
you know, would
Yeah.
be just, I mean, their fan base and how many years they've been going strong, and a lot of them are starting to kind of
Yeah.
retire or think about retire now, but a lot of them are in their freaking 70s now and they're still going.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
Keith Richards, you know, can't be killed by conventional weapons.
Yeah,
You know,
I know.
but so and I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
You know, you got Graham Bonnet out there doing, you know, stuff again, and you know, he's in his 70s too, and he's
Yeah.
still sounding good and all that. And that's one thing, you know, as you get older, if you just keep exercising and doing your vocal stuff, you know, you won't get that warble, as they call it, where you're falling off the notes.
Yeah.
Because that happens as you get older. But if you keep practicing and all that, they'll stay strong. And that's what I do. So that's probably attributes to why I can still do what I do.
Yeah. What's your favorite metal band album? Excuse me. Of all
Metal
time.
album. Well, there's a lot of them, but you know, Power Slave, Maiden, I always go back to the first Metal Church.
Okay.
You know, because I used to drive around playing that in my station wagon, screaming along to Gods of Wrath. You're thinking, man, one day, and it happened.
Wow.
So that's where I say dreams come true, because they can.
Yeah, they sure.
You got to work hard, but you know. So yeah, that and there's so many.
Yeah.
You know, but those are staples.
Yeah.
I still put Power Slave on to this day.
Yeah. So let's hear about all the different streaming. What's all your platforms? Tell us about everything people want to know about following you, Beyond the Wrath, Livesay.
Okay, well, of course, it's RonnyMunroe.com. Then there's the Livesay.com as well. There's a Beyond the Wrath Facebook page. I have two Facebook pages, Ronny Munroe, and then there's Ronny Munroe Music, which is the artist page, of course. I'm on Twitter or X or something. I think I don't know what. Cool. And Instagram, of course. And the solo records are on all, as far as I know, on all streaming platforms. So you can find them just about anywhere. And yeah, that's about it. I mean, I don't know if there's any new ones that I need to build a site on. Well, I'll try to find out about that. But for right now, it's Instagram and Facebook. So I think, and a lot of people are kind of getting away from Facebook, starting to.
Yeah, I see
but
that a little bit too,
so we'll see what happens. But you can find my stuff, Livesay stuff, Beyond the Wrath, all there on my site.
Beautiful, sounds great. You know, one last question too. Just thought of another one. Is there anybody, you know, over the course of your career that you'd like to thank, or maybe any one person that gave you one big break at one time, and you say, man, if that person didn't do this, I might not have be here? You don't have to answer it if it's kind of a tough
question. There is, but I'd rather not mention.
All right. Well, that is going to wrap it up for this edition of the Hometown Musician Spotlight, where we're going to wish Ronny a safe trip back to New England. And until next time, peace, everybody.
Peace.